Hey guys, welcome back to Forza Horizon 4. So today I'll be showing you how you can build and tune this 2018 Dodge Hellcat for drag racing. So if you don't know how to get this car, if you come over to the stunt driver, you need to complete 30 stars. This event is just southeast of the festival, so you can unlock it there. And before we get into the upgrades and customization, I'm just going to show you it down the drag strip really quick. So this car here, with all the maxed upgrades as well as staying rear wheel drive, only comes in at level 890, which is top of S1 class. So we're just going to take it down the drag strip really quick and I'll show you its time. So if we launch from about 3,500 RPM, we don't get too much wheel spin there. Caught traction again by the end of first gear. If we switch to fifth at the end here, we can see we get 245. So let's jump into the upgrades and tuning. Alright guys, so with your 2018 Dodge Challenger SRT Demon, we want to come into the custom upgrades here. Don't forget to reset the car back to default if you've done any upgrades to it. So first thing we're going to do here is max out all of the engine upgrades. So a race fuel system, race ignition, race exhaust, race valves, and a race engine block, race supercharger, race intercooler, a race oil and cooling, and then a race flywheel. So that's it as far as engine upgrades. Come over to the platform and handling here. Race brakes. Then we want to do rally springs. Come over to the front anti-roll bars, upgrade those to race, same with the rear. Then we want to do a full weight reduction, so race weight reduction taking out 345 kilos. Come back out of platform and handling. Come over to the drivetrain, we're going to do a race clutch, then a race transmission, race driveline, and a race diff. Come out of drivetrain upgrades and we come over to the tires and rims here. We're going to put drag tire compound on, as well as making the rears as wide as possible. Don't do this to the front. And then for the wheels, we can swap in any wheels that take out 14 kilos. We're just going to put some drag radials on it. Come back out of tires and rims. And then that's it as far as upgrades go, because we don't need to do any of this Forza aero here, is that just adds drag and weight. So next we'll come over to the tuning. I'll go through all of the Imperial tuning in just a second. So for the metric, we're going to go up to 2.5 bar pressure for the front tires and 1.2 in the rear. Then for the gearing, we're going to go for 2.25 for the final drive. Come all the way down here. This just knocks out any gears that we don't need to use. Then for the alignment, we're going to go 0 degrees of camber all the way around. So for the front two. And then next is the front caster angle. We're going to set this to 4 degrees. Alright, next thing you want to do is come over to the springs here. So for the heights, we're just going to set these down a little bit, down to about 15 or so for the fronts, same for the rears. And then we're going to do the stiffness of the springs. So the front springs, you'll set these up to 59. There you go, there's 59. And for the rear springs, we're going to set this down to 35. Right, next thing you want to do is come over to the dampening. We're going to set this front rebound stiffness up to 5.5. And for the rear, we're going to set this down to 2.0. For the bump stiffness in the front, we're going to set it up to 4.4. And for the rear, we're just going down to 2.1. Next is the differential tab. Come over to here, we're just going to set this rear acceleration up to 100%. So that's it for the metric tuning. I'll go through the Imperial really quick. So these are the Imperial measurements. So you want 36.2 psi in the front tires and 17.8 in the rear. And gearing should stay the same, as well as the alignment. Don't need to touch the anti-roll bars. However, springs, you'll need 330.1 in the front and 995.9 in the rear. And then the ride height will be 5.9 inches in the front and 5.8 in the rear. Dampening stays the same, as well as the differential, so you can go ahead and apply all this. If you want a video on the fastest drag car in the game, don't forget to check out the video in the top right corner right now. But if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe if you're new, because this really helps the channel to grow.